It is time to cook. I have got the most fab tray bake recipe for you from my latest cookbook, Peter Sidwell's Kitchen. I cannot wait to share it with you. Okay, so today's tray bake is going to be absolutely delicious. We're going to use some butternut squash, we've got sweet potatoes, I've got carrots, red onion, got nigella seeds, got some lovely Cumberland sausage. You could use lamb sausages, pork, chicken, beef, whatever takes your fancy. You could even chuck veggie sausages in if you want. It'll all work just the same, but what we're going to glaze it up with is a little bit of mango chutney. We're going kind of Indian inspired, super easy. Chuck it in and roast it off, and off we go. I'm also going to serve it with a very simple kind of tomato nigella chutney, something absolutely delicious. So first thing we need to do is we've got to peel the veggies. Now, normally we chuck it all in and just go, but because of what we're doing, there's an order to do it in, okay? So we need to get the most dense vegetables chopped, cooked. I want to get it all going in the pan first. And then we will just add the final few ingredients. So you just need to follow the plan, okay? You like a curry, Carlos?
I love curry.
Do you?
Yeah.
I assume you don't have many curries in Spain.
No.
No, you don't really have that culture, do you?
No, we probably have them nowadays in big cities.
Yeah.
But I never had a curry before I moved here.
You've never sat down to Mama's curry then?
No.
At home? No, I don't suppose you have. You like a curry, don't you, Emily? Right. Okay, so we're going to just peel this squash. Now this recipe is taken from our new book, and I'm sure you're aware. This whole year we're going to be taking all our recipes from Peter Sidwell's Kitchen from the book. As a team, we're all working hard to create this new cookbook. And it's going to be out hopefully in the summer. We're not quite sure what date yet, but if you type new book in the comments, it will take you into Facebook Messenger, and you can sign up for little messages to let you know that we're going live, but also sign up to our newsletter, which will keep you informed on when the book comes out. But it'll also take you to our website where you can pre-order the book if you want. You can have it signed personally, you can have a personal message for yourself or as a gift or whatever you like, but sign up. New book, not free book, new book. Right. Butternut squash. So this is the vegetable that's going to take the longest to cook. Okay, so I've peeled it, I've chopped its bottom off, and I've chopped its top off. So now I can just pop it down safely, and I can cut it in half. So good sharp knife, 20 centimeter cook's knife. Always use this one, I love it. It's Masterclass Edge Keeper. You can get them at Cook, Serve and Enjoy. They're really, really well priced. Pound for pound, this knife is fantastic. Take a spoon and just scoop out the seeds, and we'll get rid of those, okay? And then the same with this one. Gluten-free, this dish, Emily? Woo-hoo. Right, so cut it into quarters and then cut it into eighths, all right? So now we've got some nice smaller pieces. And the idea is that we sort of make a judgment call on these so that they all cook at the same time in the oven. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut those in half. Okay. There we go. Right. Let's move that out of the way because I don't need this yet. Where can I put this, Carlos, that's not in the way of your lovely cameras? There?
That'll do, yeah.
That'll do.
That's perfect.
Right,
yeah.
perfect. So I've got a 4-litre shallow pan on the heat, getting warm. It's really important. Preheat your pans before you cook. There's nothing worse than kind of getting to your pan. Oh, I need to turn it on, right? Get it hot while you peel your veggies, all right? So, a little bit of olive oil on the ingredient, not in the pan, all right? And then let's season this up. So, salt will draw the moisture out of these veggies and help them start to cook. They'll draw the water out, which means it'll caramelize, and you'll end up with a much nicer flavour to your dish. Right, let's turn her up a little bit. quite. Oh, yeah, nearly there. Right, while we do that as well, carrots. I'm actually going to put them in whole, so I want them to go in nice and early, all right? So let's just peel the carrots as well. Pip is outside in the snow, so she can't hear me peeling a carrot. She's working on her impression of becoming a Dalmatian, all right? So she's black, covered in white spots now. Right, almost there. I can hear my pan getting hot. So it's just there, right. Let's get rid of these peelings. Get them in your compost box. Right, pan in. You see this, Carlos?
Yep.
So, don't just chuck them all in. Place them in on the nice big surface area, yeah? Let's get them caramelizing. Give these a head start so that everything else can catch up. All right, the carrots are going to go in next because they take a long time as well. Sweet potatoes do not take anywhere near as long as butternut squash, all right? So I'm going to chop these. These are going to go straight into the pan, the roasting pan, not the frying pan. Okay? So it does all kind of go in at the same time, but a couple of things need a head start. That's all. Right, let's get that going. Now remember, if you've got any questions about today's recipe or anything that you might need a little bit of advice on, just type the question in the comments below and I'll answer it. I'm right here. I am here to help, okay? Right, sweet potato. So just cut that into chunks. There we go. And then I've got a red onion. Now I've peeled this. I've kept the core on the bottom. Can you see that, Carlos?
Yep.
If I cut that into quarters, that core there, you can see, is going to hold it all together, all right? If you remove it, the whole thing will just fall apart, and the length of time that it's in to cook, it will just go bitter and go brown, okay? So, there we go. These can all go into my roasting tin. So if I just add those in, add my, actually, let's just have a little look, see what's going on. We are almost there. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my lid on. Here it is. Lid on, trap some heat in there. Let's give that a head start. Okay. We're going to pop our lemon in. Just cut it in half. Just sit it in and leave it. All right. We're going to add some nigella seeds. They give a really lovely kind of savoury flavour. It's quite distinctive. It's not like anything else. Little drizzle of olive oil. Good seasoning of salt. And just give the tray a nice shake around so that everything kind of gets that bit of coating on there. Yeah? Right. Now I've got a spice mix here. Now this is a spice mix that's in the book and it's really versatile and it's part of the 4 ways. So within the book we have a chapter called 4 ways with. Okay? And one of the recipes is 4 ways with my Indian spice mix. Okay? So check it out. I just want a little bit. I don't want to blow their heads off with it. I just want a hint of that Indian style flavor profile. Okay? And it's delicious, it's versatile. We use it for all kinds of things. You can even stir it into a bit of yogurt and have a nice dip with it, with this if you wanted to. You do all sorts. Add it to dressings, you know, you name it. Add it into soups. Just chuck it in. It will be your friend in the kitchen, all right? So check that one out. Right, we're just going to give the squash a turn. And you can see that it's just starting to colour. It's just getting a bit of a head start, which is what I want it to do. Okay? There we go. Right. You all right, Pip? There we go. Give that a couple of minutes. Now, we've got some sausages here. Now, my local supermarket is Booths. And they do a really cracking range of sausages. So I've just grabbed some of those. Hello, you want some carrot? Come on. Right, this butternut squash has done enough for me. Straight in here. Okay. Get the pan straight back on the heat. Get those carrots in and let's put a bit of colour on those sausages. They can go straight in, you know, you're not having the sausage, kiddo. Right, a little drizzle of oil again, just to help those sausages go brown, not black, all right? That oil will just allow them to start to colour a bit, which is what we want. All right, you'd like this dish, wouldn't you? Okay, so let's pop that on there. It's going to cook up lovely, this. Right, just give this pan a little shake. You can see the sausages are just getting some colour. It's nice to just give them a head start, get them going. You know, whatever sausages you've chosen to use, and then just whack it all in. Lovely. Right, all we're going to do now is we're going to put this into the oven. It's going to take about 45 minutes to cook, 180 degrees. The butternut squash and the carrots are the ones that are going to take the longest to cook, which is why we gave them the head start. The sweet potatoes will just caramelise and soften. The sausages will cook easily. The juices will all start to flow and you will have an amazing flavoured tray bake. Right, sausages, butternut squash, sweet potatoes, onions, lemon, spices, they're all in the oven, cooking away, making best friends and roasting up. While that's happening, I thought I'd show you how to make like a quick chutney, something that kind of just feels like it's going to work with this dish. So I've just created this, so bear with me, all right? So I've got a nice hot pan. I'm just going to knock the heat down. I've got a red onion, okay? We're going to chop this nice and fine. So cut in half. Oh, I hope the dog's here. And then just nice and finely diced, because we're not really going to heavily cook this salsa sauce, should I say. We're just going to kind of take the edge off it a bit, really. So it's nice and simple. Chop that onion. How's our new camera angle for this one, Carlos?
I'm loving it.
Yeah, I thought you were. Father Christmas brought us a new motorised tracker. So now we have two. One day, what I'll do is I'll show you the world that I see while we're filming instead of the world you see. In fact, what I'll do, here we go, I'll take you a picture. I'll take you a picture of what I see. Here we go. There you go. We'll post that. Right. So chop the onion nice and fine, okay? Really important that you spend the time chopping it, because we're not going to heavily cook this onion. We want a bit of tang, a bit of crunch. Okay, so into our pan. So this is our 4 litre shallow. Duck egg blue. And then a little bit of white wine vinegar. Pour that in. There's about 50 mils there. And then knock the heat right down to like number 3, I've got it there. And it's kind of like a gentle pickle, all right? It's going to make the onions nice and tangy rather than oniony, if you know what I mean, that raw onion flavour. And then we've got a little bit of our spice, so about half a teaspoon. Pop that in. And then I've got some fresh coriander. Now we're going to finish the dish with the leaf. But what we're going to do is use the stalk, because I think all the flavour is in the stalk, okay? We cook with the stalk, we finish with the leaf. The leaf will give us freshness and fragrance. The stalk gives us flavour. So just bundle it up and chop, all right? So next time you're in the supermarket and you're buying some coriander, most people are rummaging around looking for all leaf. I'm the one that's looking for all the stalk, because that's where the flavour is. Right, and then just pop that in as well. Just get the heat up on there. Okay. Now, we're going to add a tin of tomatoes, okay? Chopped tomatoes, but the difference being I'm going to drain the liquid away. I don't want the liquid, I just want the pulp. Okay. So pour a 400 gram tin of chopped tomatoes into a sieve. Because what we're trying to make is like a You know, like when you sit down in an Indian restaurant and you get your little bowls of you get your poppadoms and then you get your mango chutney and your raita and then you get like the cucumber and onion salad. I'm trying to make that kind of a thing that will work really well with our sausages and our mango chutney and all that sort of stuff. So give it a little stir. And we just want rid of the water. I just want the pulp, okay? The better the quality tin tomatoes, the less pulp, the less water you'll have, okay? So if you buy like Tesco's or Sainsbury's or whatever's cheap as chips tomatoes, and do you know what? That's okay. Pour it through a sieve, you'll end up with twice the amount of water that I've got there, okay? Because they tend, the cheaper the tomato, the more watery it is, all right? So, can you see that, Carlos?
Yeah.
Yeah? So now we've just got pulp. Let's pop that in. And then we'll put that to one side. Now let's give it a little season up. So I've got some cracked pepper in there, a little bit of salt. Let's get a spoon and give it a stir together. Okay, so let's recap in terms of what we've got in here. Can you have a look at that, Carlos? Can you see what's going on in there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we've got onions, red onion, white wine vinegar. We've got a little bit of our spice blend. You can get that recipe for that in the book and use it all the time. Okay, and then we've got our coriander stalk and our drained tin tomatoes, all right? Now, Nigella seeds the clue is in the name here, it's a Nigella chutney, all right? So we're gonna add some of our Nigella seeds, about a tablespoon. There we go. And then our mango chutney that is going into our traybake, we're gonna steal a bit of that first, all right? So 1 tablespoon. This will give us a bit of fruitiness and a bit of sweetness. It'll be good. And then let's mix all that together. And then we'll have a little taste, all right? So, oh, it smells good, this. It smells really good. This will be amazing with any curry, all right? Or on a flatbread, maybe with a little bit of feta sprinkled onto it, a bit of lemon, be lovely. Right, on that note, I feel like we need to try this, Carlos.
You're the boss.
So I've got a little bit of bread left over here. So let's have a little taste and see where we're at. See, this is the good thing about cooking, is having a little taste and we can make a decision on what adjustments we need to make. Have a little taste of that, Carlos.
Thank you.
And this, you know, this is what I do in the kitchen. This is what you should be doing in the kitchen. Okay? So let's have a little taste. What do you think?
Really nice.
Emily, you've got to try this. Yeah, try that. Tell me what you think. Because you've made this before, haven't you? This recipe with the sausages.
Yeah, I think I have, yeah.
So it's to serve with our sausage tray bake. You're going to like that. I know you are.
Yeah, nice.
So it's not like a heavy sauce. It's just like, it's an accompaniment. A really simple, straightforward accompaniment that's going to work really well.
Like a really nice, just warm salsa.
Yeah, it is. It's like an Indian spiced warm salsa. It's exactly that. So let's pop this in here. Ready to go with our sausages. I would make more of this. This will probably last about a week in the fridge, but it's at its nicest now when it's at its freshest, okay? The longer you leave it in the fridge, the less vibrant and sharp it will be. And if it's too acidic for you, just bag a bit more mango chutney and make it a bit sweeter if you like. Right, this has had 40 minutes in the oven. Hopefully you can see everything is starting to cook up now and look delicious. So what we're going to do is we're going to just take these lemons. Can you see these? They're nice and soft and squidgy. That little bit of acidity, can you see that, Carlos?
Yeah.
Give them a squeeze, chuck them back in. Let's get all the flavour. Because we're going to add mango chutney to this, which is sweet, the acidity from the lemon is really, really important, okay? So add our mango chutney in, okay? Don't buy really, really expensive mango chutney for this, not when you're going to do this. And then let's just give this a good shake. Get it all bubbling away nicely. Right, back into the oven for another 20 minutes and then it's ready to serve. You can see it's all bubbling up now. Look, that mango chutney is just mixing in with all the juices, that roasted lemon, and it's just coating everything. It's going to be absolutely delicious, this. All I'm going to do now is I'm just going to scatter this with fresh coriander leaf. Remember, we put the stalk in the chutney. We've got the leaf left to finish this. I'm going to serve it up with my absolutely delicious tomato and nigella chutney. What a beautiful dinner. Now remember, if you want the recipe, it's in our new book. So type new book in the comments. It'll launch into Facebook Messenger and you can pre-order the book. It's coming soon. And you can get that and make this beautiful dish. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share it with your friends, your family. We want more and more people to watch the recipes that we're creating every week. I will see you next week on the next episode.